The institution of slavery, that the black race has long believed to be an abomination upon its people, may actually have been a blessing in disguise. The blacks who could endure those conditions and circumstances would someday be rewarded with citizenship in the greatest nation ever established upon the face of the earth. The immigration issue, both legal and illegal, will lead to planned wars or extermination. Although this now seems to be barbaric and uncivilized, it will at some point become necessary as eating and breathing. These are quotes from a self-published book by Arkansas State Representative Jon Hubbard, who is not surprisingly a Republican. The name of the book is Letters to the Editor, Confessions of a Frustrated Conservative. Now, I bought this book. I bought this book because I tend to collect such material, because I believe we need to be well armed against the idiots of the world. Now, when I bought the book, however, I purchased it used. I always do this with this type of literature, and this includes creationist literature, because this way the money doesn't go directly into the hands of the idiots. It goes into the hands of the bookseller. So I can't verify right now the accuracy of these quotes, but this is from the Huffington Post, and they're referring to the Arkansas Times and TalkBusiness.net. So I'm betting that these quotes are pretty accurate. And he says, on the subject of school integration, Hubbard described black students as having a lack of discipline and ambition, which he said has hurt the entire educational system. He also said that Christians in America are in a similar position to that of Germans during Hitler's rise to power. That's a really interesting statement. And you have to wonder, again, I want to see the book to see exactly what this means, but is he aware? Does he? I don't know if he means Germans in America or Germans in Germany. I'm assuming he means Germans in Germany during Hitler's rise to power. And does he think that somehow Hitler was inevitable? Because you see, he says this immigration issue will lead to planned wars or extermination. That's kind of a scary statement and suggests genocide. Now, he hasn't responded to the Huffington Post on the book. He probably, if he has any sense, won't respond to anyone on this book. He is, of course, a devout Christian and espouses all of his Christian principles, which apparently don't include, being anti-genocide and don't include being accepting of all people and races. To which I want to bring another point about Mr. Hubbard. I found another interesting site which has some email correspondence between him and Mr. McDaniel, who is the Attorney General for the state of Arkansas. Now, Mr. McDaniel updated the Spanish language version of their website for the state. And here is what Jon Hubbard said about it. Please explain the purpose behind your Hispanic website, and do you also plan to provide a similar service for all the other nationalities in Arkansas? And if so, why? What is the cost to the people of Arkansas for this service? How is this any different from making the Arkansas driver's license exam available in Spanish, while everyone else in our state must take this exam in English? Is there a state policy that provides special treatment for Hispanics in Arkansas, while no other ethnic groups are given the same special consideration? I would appreciate your answering these questions for me. Thank you in advance for your prompt reply. Now, take this in light of what he said earlier about immigrants. And one could possibly come to the conclusion that he's just a wee bit of a racist, if not a lot of a racist. Now, McDaniel, he wasn't done there. He made further comments, but here was McDaniel's response. We have legal citizens of this state who pay taxes and serve in the military and also speak Spanish. Our website has been updated to include Spanish sections to better serve those citizens. It costs the taxpayers not one dime to include this service for two reasons. One, we have had a Spanish version of our website for many years. And 2, updating the translation and making the website more user-friendly was done by my existing staff, including a naturalized U.S. citizen who speaks Spanish fluently. In short, I find this tone insulting and your premise to be without merit. I will refrain from characterizing your motivation, but one could easily infer that you are simply an angry, misguided person. I was proud to resent Jonesboro in the House seat you now occupy. Your lack of civility and substance, not limited to publishing my personal email address and blind copying the press on your email, make me embarrassed that you represent our community. No further comments on this issue is warranted, and your future angry emails would be forwarded to the press and will go unanswered. Now, I should point out that Mr. McDaniel is a Democrat. So, of course, Mr. Hubbard is not going to like him. And one of the things Mr. Hubbard said in response was, regrettably, your response is about what we have come to expect from you. The email address I sent this email to was the only email address I had for you. But this is interesting. He doesn't. He says, "I can't believe that you are so upset that I CC'd the press, especially since you love to see your name in the news as often as possible." The best part is his last line of that email. Dustin, I regret that you are not as passionate about representing the people of Arkansas as you are about propping up this person masquerading as President of the United States. Well, Jon Hubbard is clearly another Republican nut job. I don't know if anybody out there listening to this is in Arkansas or knows anybody in Arkansas, but my goodness, this is someone that they need to get rid of as soon as possible. I'm looking forward to getting the book, and I'll let you know what it says. Anyway, thank you for watching and listening.